Good morning. This is Sally Morgan, physical therapist, craniosacral therapist, and Tellington T-Touch practitioner for animals and people. This is Tristan. He's a Corgi, and we're here for an episode of Conversations with a Corgi. And we're going to continue our series today about lessons we learn from dogs, and we're going to talk about one of their favorite topics today, which could be your favorite topic too, and that is, hi Neely, food matters. Anyone who's ever had a dog knows that the food is very important to them. And this goes way back to when we fed them horrible things that we didn't know about. Oh, sorry, biscuit. And even before that, when dogs really ate our leftovers. Now, in that period of time, our leftovers were a lot better than a lot of stuff dogs are eating these days. But dogs really enjoy their food. And so today we're going to talk not about specific foods that you should give your dog, but the importance of food. We all know from things like The Truth About Pet Cancer and The Truth About Cancer for People, these series online that people have done, that food really changes who you are. This is a principle of Chinese medicine. We always hear that expression, you are what you eat. So that makes you who you are, what you are eating. And you know, in many cultures, if you eat, for instance, meat from bulls, you will be strong and fierce like a bull. And chicken-hearted if you eat chicken. You know, that's always been the way it is. So some of these old kind of wives' tales actually do apply in terms of cultural ideas about food. But food is really the most important part of the day for your dog, and we could take a lesson from this. Too many of us, even now during this virus, are eating without thinking. Particularly when we're in our normal lives. We just grab what we can. Oh, it's 7 o'clock, I haven't eaten yet, I better grab something. Or 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night. And lots of us just say, oh, I just need coffee in the morning, and we don't think about that, even though we're told over and over the morning meal is the most important meal of the day. And there's a lot to be said for the theory that we have to rest our liver, and so you should eat dinner earlier and eat breakfast 12 hours later so that your liver has time to take a vacation. And if you have any kinds of things wrong with you ever, you know, any kind of health concerns, these things become more important. And I've always been a person concerned about my food, but after I had cancer, I became really concerned about my food. I do not eat anything that isn't organic. Even the candy I eat is organic, as much as candy is not good, but I try to eat only organic food. And it's always a toss-up when I'm in the store. You know, what am I going to do? Am I going to eat organic, or am I going to resort to eating meat, or, you know, like dairy? Dairy's the worst. Will I get the 2% milk I love, or will I eat organic but whole milk rather than not organic but 2%? And organic wins every time, no matter what. Organic wins. So that's one of the things that we can learn from dogs, that the quality of food matters. And dogs are pretty resourceful. They're pretty good at being able to get nutrition out of stuff that's pretty questionable. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had them with us all these many years when we have been not feeding them as well as we should have. But the importance of food in our lives should not be underestimated. We've gotten so busy, and food is just an afterthought. You know, you run out to the grocery store on a Saturday, and now maybe every other Saturday, and grab a few things, and, you know, tough doogies if you didn't get the right foods. But you need to really think about what you eat. And I've done an episode or 2 or 3 here about gratitude for your food and offering a little prayer for your food, or just giving thanks for your food before you eat it. Or, you know, at this point I'm doing it in the garage as I'm cleaning it before I bring it in my house. So being grateful for your food and treating your food with respect and care is one of the things that we can learn from dogs. You know, we hardly ever give a dog like a really good treat and see them just walk away from it unless they're sick, or bury it in the backyard and never look for it again. So these are some of the things that dogs have taught us, is that food is important. We want our meals. You know, there's not a dog out there, even mine, who doesn't really ever beg for food, except when it's dinner time, who by a certain point in the morning or evening will be, you know, pestering you saying, excuse me, where's breakfast, where's dinner, where's lunch? And that's to remind us that we need to take care of ourselves too. Food is really important. It is what makes up our bodies. It makes up our DNA. It supplies our cells with nutrition. It helps our cells eliminate waste products. You know, we all hear about antioxidants. You know, that the best way to get any nutrition is from your food, not from capsules. So food is important, right, Tristan? Organic, always, no matter what. All of the food in my house is organic. And that's not to say I don't have some chips or other things that are not extremely healthy, but they're organic. And they have flaxseed in them, so I feel like I'm getting a little extra there. It's way better than just a plain old chip. So think about your food carefully, as your dog would, and think about your dog's food carefully as well, because we love them. We want to keep them a long time. And my poor friend who's experiencing pet loss right now, it is such a process, and it is so hard. And we want to feed them as well as we can, to have them as long as we can. We don't want to compromise their system in any way. Right, Tristan? He says, you better not give me anything yucky. This poor dog, I've had my yard sprayed now, so there's no more ticks out there, but he has little holes all over him where ticks were. And this is one of those. Poor little boy. I will always be spraying from now on. Thank God some company out there does cedar spraying. So, no more vermin in my house. So think about what your dog tells us about food. Be grateful for your food. Be careful what you eat. Don't overlook your meals. Eat when you need to. Don't eat extra if you don't need to. Pay attention to your food. So, thanks for joining us today. What's this say? GH selfish, dull. Huh, I don't know what that means. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow for another episode of Conversations with a Corgi, where we're going to still be looking at things that we learned from dogs. Thanks for joining us. Everybody have a great day.